Gentlemen, for appearing before this committee, and thank you for the closed session prior to this. I don't know if you fully appreciate how much the American people do not support this war. It is an unauthorized war. Normally, when you come to Congress, it's a way for the American people to be part of that discussion. The American people, particularly in my state of New York, are upset for a lot of reasons. First of all, this war is costing so much money. Over $25 billion already, estimates $1 billion a day, and they're feeling it every single day at the gas pump with higher prices for both fuel, for diesel, for gasoline for their cars.
Trump resmi dimakzulkan oleh DPR Amerika Serikat. Dalam voting yang dilakukan Rabu malam waktu Amerika, mayoritas DPR menyetujui Trump lengser.
Guys, Kongres Amerika diketahui kembali menggelar pertemuan, dan pertemuan kali ini disebut-sebut akan menjadi penentu nasib Trump dan juga Pete Hegseth. Kita tahu teman-teman, saat ini perang Iran itu sedang dalam fase gencatan senjata di mana kedua belah pihak ini saling menahan diri. Tapi posisi Iran jauh lebih kuat karena memegang kendali Selat Hormuz, sedangkan Amerika dibuat seperti badut. Mereka sok-sokan mau memblokade laut, tapi ketika negara seperti Inggris, Perancis lewat, ya mereka juga gak berani untuk nyenggol-nyenggol Inggris dan juga Perancis. Jadi blokade total yang disebut-sebut Trump di Selat Hormuz di perairan Iran itu tidak efektif, bahkan hanya menghabiskan biaya. Ini Pete Hegseth ya dalam Kongres kemarin meminta tambahan 200 billion US dollar ya. Itu angka yang luar biasa besar teman-teman ya. Minta tambahan anggaran karena kita ketahui ya perang Iran dan juga Amerika ini sudah menghabiskan kalau di kurs rupiah hampir 500 triliun. Itu hanya dalam waktu teman-teman 2 bulan. Itu angka yang sangat fantastis. Bahkan ini salah satu senator, Mrs. Gillibrand, ya dengan berani menyebut bahwa perang ini adalah perang ilegal karena tidak didukung oleh parlemen, ya atau Kongres kalau kita sebutnya, bisa juga disebut ini Senayan ya DPR-nya, dan juga tidak didukung oleh mayoritas suara publik. Jadi benar-benar ini adalah perang, mohon maaf saya harus sebut perang pesanan Netanyahu. Nah, teman-teman kita bakal tengok dulu deh bagaimana ini Senator Mrs. Gillibrand ya mengkuliti habis-habisan Pete Hegseth, bahkan ya nggak bisa ngomong apa-apa. Ini langsung kita tayangkan pertemuan terbaru Kongres Amerika Serikat. Yuk simak dulu informasi selengkapnya.
Trump resmi dimakzulkan oleh DPR Amerika Serikat. Dalam voting yang dilakukan Rabu malam waktu Amerika, mayoritas DPR menyetujui Trump lengser. Voting dilakukan pada 2 pasal, yakni penyalahgunaan kekuasaan dan upaya menghalang-halangi Kongres. Dalam voting pasal penyalahgunaan kekuasaan anggota parlemen yang setuju pasal ini sebanyak 230 orang, sementara yang menolak sebanyak 197. Sementara untuk pasal kedua, mayoritas parlemen juga setuju Trump sudah menghalang-halangi Kongres. Karenanya, presiden kontroversial itu kini resmi menjadi presiden ketiga Amerika yang dimakzulkan oleh DPR setelah Bill Clinton dan Andrew Johnson. Sebelumnya, penyelidikan impeachment resmi dilakukan setelah Trump kedapatan melakukan panggilan telepon dengan Presiden Ukraina Volodymyr Zelensky pada 25 Juli lalu. Trump meminta Zelensky melakukan penyelidikan kepada rival politiknya Joe Biden dan Hunter Biden. Meski demikian, usulan ini harus melewati Senat yang mayoritas masih dikuasai oleh Republikan.
Anggota Kongres Amerika Serikat dari Partai Demokrat ancang-ancang memakzulkan Presiden Donald Trump. Rencana ini muncul akibat kekhawatiran terhadap perilaku Trump yang muncul belakangan ini, terutama saat konflik dengan Iran. Bahkan Partai Demokrat meminta Trump melakukan tes kognitif terkait kondisi mentalnya. Anggota Kongres dari Partai Demokrat, Jamie Raskin, menyampaikan permohonan tertulis kepada Dokter Gedung Putih. Trump diminta melakukan tes kognitif lantaran dinilai semakin tidak konsisten. Bahkan beberapa ahli ahli memperingatkan bahwa Trump menunjukkan tanda-tanda demensia. Hal itu dilihat dari pernyataan dan luapan emosi Trump yang berubah-ubah dalam beberapa hari terakhir. Kini Partai Demokrat berencana membentuk panel baru yang dapat menggunakan amandemen ke-25 untuk mencopot Trump dari jabatannya. Perwakilan Maryland, Jamie Raskin, mengajukan rancangan undang-undang atau RUU untuk membentuk badan non-partisipan yang sudah diatur dalam konstitusi. RUU ini dapat mengesampingkan persyaratan bahwa wakil presiden dan kabinet harus memberikan suara untuk memberhentikan presiden.
For appearing before this committee, and thank you for the closed session prior to this. I don't know if you fully appreciate how much the American people do not support this war. It is an unauthorized war. Normally, when you come to Congress, it's a way for the American people to be part of that discussion. The American people, particularly in my state of New York, are upset for a lot of reasons. First of all, this war is costing so much money. Over $25 billion already, estimates $1 billion a day, and they're feeling it every single day at the gas pump with higher prices for both fuel, for diesel, for gasoline for their cars. They're also feeling it with higher grocery costs, and they're exhausted. They are truly exhausted. On top of that, they have so many grave concerns about how this war is being prosecuted. They read in the paper that 22 schools have been hit. They read in the paper about a girls' school, hundreds getting killed. We have a debate going on in this country about AI, a serious debate about AI. And I haven't heard yet from you that you will not allow AI to make final targeting determinations, even when nuclear weapons are being used. That's a huge issue that we need to discuss. So I want to start from the top, Secretary Hegseth. Why do you continue to prosecute a war that the American people aren't behind?
First of all, I appreciate the opportunity for that closed session where we had a, unsurprisingly, very different discussion than we have here with the cameras on. We support this
because my job is to represent New Yorkers, and I can tell you, when I talk to them all across my state, they are furious, and they expect me to explain to them why they are furious.
And Senator, when I talk to Americans, and especially when I talk to the troops, they are grateful for a president who has the courage to take on this threat after 47 years of what Iran has done, targeting and killing Americans, and what it would mean to the world if Iran's nuclear ambitions were actually achieved. So the question I would ask to you and to others is, what is the cost of a nuclear-armed Iran? What is the cost to the American people if the world's most dangerous regime has a nuclear weapon?
But the truth is, they don't want war coming to this shore, and when you do a decapitation operation, the likelihood is going to be exchanged in the United States. There's no evidence that we are safer because of this war. We did not have any evidence that Iran intended to imminently attack this country in any way, shape, or form. So I disagree with your assessment that we are under threat.
Do you not believe them when they say death to America?
Listen, our adversaries use rhetoric all the time. What I'm concerned about is we are not safer, and I would just like to know why you have not sought the support of the American people, and 3 out of 5 Americans are against this war today.
I believe we do have the support of the American people, and we have briefed regularly what this mission looks like and why it's critically important that we undertake it. And I would remind you and this group that we're 2 months in to an effort. And many congressional Democrats, as I pointed out, want to declare defeat 2 months in. Iraq took how many years? Afghanistan took how many years? And they were nebulous missions that people went along with. This is different. This is a defined mission set that we have had great success in pursuing against a determined enemy who seeks nuclear weapons. And I'm proud of the opportunity to remind the American people, because they believe in it as well, that they can't have it.
You don't care whether
when the American people the American people are quite smart. They understand and see through spin. They know that a regime that says death to America, that seeks nuclear weapons and the ability to deliver. Did they lie about the range of their missiles?
How much more?
Because I saw a 4,000-kilometer
How much more will you
missile
ask the
get
American
shot
people
at
to pay for this war?
Diego
right
Garcia.
now, do you want it $1 billion a day? Do you want $2 billion a day? You're asking for $200 billion more to fund this war and to make sure we have.
We didn't ask for $200 billion. I don't know where you got that number from, Senator. I think you got it from the news, which you should be careful what you read in the news.
Okay, Mr. Hegseth, Secretary Hegseth, here's a few more. Let's talk about how you're prosecuting the war. What is your response to targeting that has resulted in the destruction of schools, hospitals, civilian places? Why did you cut by 90% the division that's supposed to help you not target civilians? And do you know the impact of a strategic failure at a war when you have so many civilian casualties? You may have tactically completed a mission well, but strategically is not meeting your goals because of the harms to civilians. What is the cost of that?
Let's leave time for an answer.
No military, no country works harder at every echelon to ensure they protect civilian lives than the United States military. And that is a ironclad commitment that we make, no matter what systems
Then
we
why
use.
did you cut the department by 90%?
Madam Chair, can we ask that legal opinion is shared with the committee officially? Thank you. Also, I don't know who can answer this, but it says that consistent with the President's priority to shift the financial burden of Ukraine support to European partners, the United States will seek commensurate financial contributions via the Prioritized Ukraine Requirements List, or PEARL, from the European partners for this program. So what's the justification for using PEARL when there's $400 million in appropriated funds? Can somebody answer?
PEARL is a reflection of the President's priority and the belief that any weapons that are supplied are paid for by European partners and used as they see fit, whether it's Ukraine or somewhere else.
But that was not the intent of Congress in providing that $400 million. As I understand the PEARL program, the Europeans purchase those weapons from the United States and they pay for them. But this appropriation was $400 million that Congress expected to be provided to Ukraine, not paid for by the Europeans, but provided from the United States to support Ukraine. So again, I don't understand what the justification is for using PEARL when that's not the intent that Congress provided.
We're following the intent of European capacity building, but at the same time recognizing that wherever PEARL can be utilized so that the Europeans contribute to that fight, per the burden-sharing approach this President takes is important.
Congressional intent. And that's what I'm asking you, why you're using PEARL to do something that Congress intended to go directly to Ukraine.
Well, we look forward to working with you on that.
What was the legal opinion on this? Did you ask the attorneys if the $400 million could be used for the PEARL program?
We're following the intent of European capacity building, but at the same time recognizing that wherever PEARL can be utilized so that the Europeans contribute to that fight, per the burden-sharing approach this President takes is important.
Congressional intent. And that's what I'm asking you, why you're using PEARL to do something that Congress intended to go directly to Ukraine.
Well, we look forward to working with you on that.
What was the legal opinion on this? Did you ask the attorneys if the $400 million could be used for the PEARL program?
Let's get back to you. We'll take it for the record, ma'am.
Thank you. And what portion of the funding that's committed from the Europeans under PEARL is being used to assist Ukraine rather than restocking our own shelves? Can you answer us that?
That's up to Europe. Ultimately, Europe pays for any weapons that we provide, and they can utilize them as they see fit, whether it's Ukraine.
Sebelum dimakzulkan aset Donald Trump, asetnya disita pemerintah AS. Proses sudah berjalan. Di sisi lain, sejumlah warga ngamuk. Harta Donald Trump dijarah. Dari toko perhiasan hingga mobil mewahnya dibakar oleh warga. Proses pemakzulan Donald Trump yang sudah berlangsung cukup lama ternyata membawa dampak yang jauh lebih besar dari yang banyak orang bayangkan. Sebelum resmi dimakzulkan, pemerintah Amerika Serikat telah memulai proses penyitaan aset milik presiden ini. Dari sisi lain, kemarahan publik semakin memuncak hingga berujung pada aksi massa.
Ya guys, sudah kita simak jalannya pertemuan Kongres Amerika Serikat terbaru. Wah, hebat juga ya para senator ini menghabisi Pete Hegseth. Kayaknya saya juga kasihan juga sih. Ini ada Mrs. Gillibrand ya, rada susah ya, lidah Sunda rada susah. Ya, Mrs. Gilliban ini benar-benar mengkuliti habis-habisan Pete Hegseth, dan ya kita lihat dia cuma nggak bisa ngejawab, teman-teman. Cuma bisa ngeles kayak gitulah. Memang greget juga ya. Ya, gimana lagi teman-teman? Ini Pete Hegseth memang harus segera dimakzulkan, harus segera di-impeachment, dicopot. Ya kalau enggak, Amerika bakal tetap kayak gini. Jadi ya, di Amerika nggak semuanya gila kayak Trump, nggak semuanya gila, perang juga, masih banyak orang waras, dan mudah-mudahan ya partai Trump juga nyungsep lah. Kok ini dunia lagi damai-damai, kita sedang enak-enaknya, malah dibikin susah. Lagi damai saja, kita nyari kerja cukup sulit. Apalagi sekarang, teman-teman. Harga bahan-bahan kebutuhan pokok naik, sedangkan UMR ya gitu-gitu doang. Waduh, gimana ini kemarin Mayday, ya dapat nasi bungkus, nggak menyuarakan suara buruh juga. Wah, gimana ya? Jadi nyerempet ke sana. Oke lah, gitu deh teman-teman. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.